I'm not 100% on whether that's okay. Hey, have a good day, Sir Dirt King. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Have a great day or evening. All right. So what we got here is where was I at? Okay, so divide and conquer. We would create subproblems for this more than likely, in which we create functions within function, or not within functions, but our functions would be able to call other functions if needed. But we've been restricted from doing that. So since we've been restricted from doing that, we're going to have to put this all into one little, I almost said pizza pie, one little pizza pie. Man, that actor. And we have to put it all in one function. So no big deal. I think all of this will mesh together well. I'm pretty sure it'll mesh together just fine. Probably. Maybe. I think. I mean, it could, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is, because I don't want to start a whole new freaking page, we're going to comment out all of this mess that I've created up here. All right, so comments allow us to create giant messes, and then we can tweak it later. So what I've just done is I've used a multi-line comment in the C++ language, which is simply what a / and an asterisk, and then at the end you'll do an asterisk and a /. So it's super magical. It makes the compiler completely ignore all this crap and just move on with its life. It doesn't care about it. It doesn't love it. It just ignores it like a middle child, which I actually know nothing about because I was pretty much an only child. So hence the need for attention, the craving of attention. So we want to get into the actual coding portion, and that's, I feel bad because we started out, feels bad, man, because we started out with C, right? 2 weeks ago it was C, and now we're playing games and switching over to C++, and I am sorry. I mean, I'm not that sorry, but I'm a little sorry, slightly. Just, it's not a big jump, so pretty sure you guys, if you're watching this, can keep up just fine, because most of you probably already code, although I do want this to be more for those who don't code, but if you do code, it's fine. That's fine. You could tell me where I'm screwing up, which means you'll be busy. So, okay, the first thing we have are include files, or header files. It's very similar to C. You're going to do, the hashtag, which I believe Twitter invented. Just kidding. Please don't kill me. So, and we want the input-output stream. So it's a little bit different than C, because in C, it's what IO, what is it? IO lib, and it's a .h. This is IO stream, and there's no .h. It's just, assumed, right? So let's go ahead and save this as a C, just because we should. All right, so we're gonna go to, why does this thing not do what I want it to do? Why are you so dumb? Stupid thing. Oops. Well, if you're really clever, I'm sure you just figured out what website I'm going to. It's super hard to figure out, guys. You'll never get it. You'll never catch on to the website that I'm using for this challenge. You'll never figure it out. Okay? I just want you to know that. And I'm not going to type in the exact same name of the challenge that is listed on the website, because that would be silly. Why would I do that? Why would I name it 10 power? Right? Really? .h? You're going to go with .h? Come on, bruh. Let's not do that. All right, let's do CPP, which is a really odd statement to ever say on Twitch. And I'm sure I'm going to say it about 20 million more times. .cpp? No, I don't want to see your PP. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we got the I/O stream, which is your input-output stream, and that's basically easy peasy, just vanilla, plain, just the minimum of what you need. Okay. Next, you're going to need you need to create the main function, right? I like to create this first, mostly because otherwise I get really confused and I don't know what's going on. What's going on in the world today? I won't know. Let's say we were gonna do, hey dude, hey dude. Oh, I forgot. How could I forget that? Okay, so when you're using C++, there's something called a namespace, right? So you're using the namespace, and it's going to be standard. So STD. You're going to use namespace, not sexually transmitted disease, but standard. Okay, and the reason that we do that is so that we don't have to type in STD, you know, colon, C out, STD colon, C in. You only have to type in C out and C in, just to make life a slight bit easier. All right, so we got our return value is going to be an integer. Our function name is main, and we're going to open close those parentheses indicating that we don't need anything to start this function. This function will start just by the program reading it. Think of it like, I want to say, oh, what was that wonderful movie that was super sarcastic and had the Necronomicon in it? I can't. Oh my goodness, it's actually a show, I think, on television now. Anyways, it involved a boomstick. Let's just say that. So I totally lost where I was going with that. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so we got int main, open close parentheses, say we don't need anything, you're just going to read it and it will happen. And then we are going to figure out why our brain doesn't work. All right, cool. Figured out why our brain doesn't work, because it's not there. It doesn't exist. Okay, so that's our main function. And in our main function, the only thing we need to know is that we will be using return eventually. And I believe that it's probably 1. I'm probably dead wrong, but that's fine. We'll fix that in a second once I get my brain returned to me from wherever it's gone. Okay, we don't need the parentheses. That's what it was. I was like, that doesn't look right. It looks right for C, but not C++. Okay, so that's our main function. But before our main function, just to make sure that we capture it, we want to include that function from earlier that was given to us, that we have to include, that's part of the program and is part of the challenge, is utilizing that particular device. So I just hope, yeah, this should be fairly. All right, so STD, yet again, nothing to do with sex, simply meaning standard. So I don't even think we have to include it necessarily in here, but it's the way it's worded, so I'm just going to stick with it, like a true G. All right, for simplicity's sake, okay, so you see here we got 2 different ways of doing things. We got our curly braces up here, and then nothing, and then curly brace down here. The way I prefer it is curly brace, and then curly brace on the side. Now it looks like a penis. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, now it looks less like a penis. So moving on with life. Okay, so it looks like I figured out the way I'm going to code for the rest of my life, at least on Twitch. So it doesn't look like a, oh, it's still kind of, dang it. Why does everything have to look like a phallus? Okay, anyways, shh, it's okay, it's okay. We're moving on. No more phallus talk. Okay, so in main, right, this is the function that's going to get called first, even though it's second to be written, right? Which is weird, but not weird, because the way that the program's compiled, it will recognize that main is the go-to function that everything else comes out of, right? So it's like a mushroom, and all the other ones are like little spores that it just spews out all over the place. All right, so hold on one second. Oh, had to get some refreshment. Okay, so the main function is where everything else sprouts from. So we know that in our other function, right, the 10 power function, it's going to request a very specific array, and that array is going to be named numbers, right? So that's an integer, numbers. I don't know how to do this. I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't remember like specifically, but the internet, hello. So we're going to create our array. Now we don't have to tell it that it's going to be 5 long. We can just make it a, how do you want to call that? A mutable array, right? But in this case, we want an immutable array that is a certain number of brain. It doesn't work. I think I got attacked by zombies and they ate my brain. So there's going to be a certain number of placeholders, right? So it's going to line all this up in the memory one by one by one by one by one, and it just makes it easier for the program to find this data in a straight line because it's all together, it's all hanging out, it's all best friends. All right, so now we got the curly brackets. I know I said it's square brackets. It's sort of square brackets, but it's not because they're curly. I'm just kidding. The square brackets are over here with the number 7 that tells us how many individual items are going to be inside of the array. The array itself is going to be 9, 10, 6, chameleon, 3, whoa, pretty sure that's period. 24, 0, which, is that even really a number? I don't know. I was told by my teacher it's not real. It's a pretend number. It's imaginary. You can't count to 0. So anyways, enough philosophizing, as my former governor would say. Okay. So we've got the array. We've got the need to call the array. So we need to call the function to call the array that we made, or else it's all moot. So underneath this, we're going to call the function. I don't have my brain. It don't work. Okay, so calling the function should just be as simple as naming the function and opening our parentheses and okay, please let me be right. What if I'm wrong? Hey, I've been studying C this whole time, okay? So if I'm wrong, then it'll probably be pretty obvious. Let's double check the double checked. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving something. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Mostly. Probably. Don't take my word for it though. Well, I mean, when we compile it, it'll tell me if I'm an idiot, which is probably what it's gonna do like 50 times. No biggie though. All right, and the thing is, we're gonna want to, oh, we'll output it after. Don't worry about it. Okay, so just for clarification, we're gonna add an output statement here. So we want to output